Hey guys, what's going on? It's Derek with Molotherapy, and today we're going to be talking about flossing the knee to restore sliding surfaces. So we have a voodoo band here. They call it a voodoo band because they used to not know why it worked, so they just call it voodoo. But now we kind of know, so they call it flossing band. But we use TRS, or the Ready States. We have some in our office. If you'd like one, just let us know. But today we're going to be talking about how to improve knee extension and flexion. So there's a couple structures that we want to address when we're flossing with these, specifically our quad tendon and patellar ligament. So we have our quad muscles that come, there's 4 of them. They come and they form this single tendon called our quad tendon, and so a tendon's connecting these muscles to bone, and then it's a continuation. The patellar ligament is from our patella to our tibial tuberosity, which is like a little notch on our tibia. It's our shin bone. It's the sharp bone right here. There's a little notch. And so this ligament and tendon, sometimes we just call it the patellar tendon, can have restrictions of blood flow. Maybe it's fascial adhesions to it. So fascia is your connective tissue. It's like the casing around sausage. Sometimes, whether due to lack of movement, too much movement, dehydration, poor nutrition, it can kind of get stuck to our muscles. So our muscles should slide through these tissues properly, but if they get stuck to them, it's hard to move. It restricts range of motion. And what a lot of people see is when they use this, right after they take it off, they have improved range of motion. And so that's our goal for you today. There's a lot of reasons why we think this works. We don't think it's just one, right? It's probably improving blood flow to the tendon. It's probably helping our brain map out different areas, part of the homunculus, just getting used to sensing different areas that it's not used to before. It's probably helping with the adhesions, just helping the fascias unstick. Regardless, it works. It's legit. Here's how to do it. We're working on 2 big areas. We're working below the kneecap and then above. And so we're not going to directly wrap the kneecap itself, but I'm going to start a little underneath, and I'm going to add 50% compression, 50% overlap. So I'm going to do one below the kneecap, and then I'm going to go right above, and I'm going to touch the very bottom of it, and then I'm going to start going down again, right? So I had one loop, just touch the bottom of the kneecap because we want to pull on it a little bit, and now I'm starting to go underneath. And so 50% compression, 50% overlap, going all the way down, and then I'm just going to tuck it in right in here, like so. Now we want to move. So there's a couple options we can do. I'll go ahead and take off my shoes, but you can do, if you're starting out and it's really, achy and maybe not swollen, follow the decongestion video we have on how to use this. If so, you're basically just not moving and you can wrap your patella. But if it's not super swollen, it's just achy, you could do heel slides. So you could lie on your back, or you could sit up like I am, and you just drag your heel with your toes up while you move your knee, just getting some mobility in there. You could use your hands and start twisting the knee, getting some rotation in there. You should see your skin slide. You could sit at the edge of a chair or a table or even your bed and extend your knee, flex your toes, and then point your toes towards the ground as you flex your knee. So extend the knee, point the toes towards your face, dorsiflex, plantar flex, and flex, right? So you could do this a couple times. You could do body weight squats all the way down. You could sit at the bottom and kind of just move your knee around like so. You could put your leg up on a table like so, and just kind of get some motion in as well. Regardless, whatever you do, I'm going to give you a rep scheme I want you to try out and follow. So I want you to do some movements, even if it's walking, sitting on a bike. I want you to do 30 reps, then rest 30 seconds. Then do 3 sets of 15 with 30 seconds break in between. So it's 4 total sets, 30 reps, 15 reps, 15, 15 with 30 seconds break in between each set. This is a protocol we typically use with blood flow restriction. And so with this 50% compression-ish, we are getting some amount of blood flow restriction. Blood flow restriction therapy is an excellent therapy that's trying to mimic hypertrophy training, where we increase muscle size. So I'm restricting blood flow, causing a bunch of movement in a healthy way. We're not restricting it in a way that we're going to lose our limb. Though, make sure that your foot doesn't fall asleep, it's not getting tingly. If it starts doing that, unwrap it a little bit and then you can kind of loosen it and wrap it again. But we're creating a metabolic environment similar to the same amount of stress as when we lift heavy weights. So a lot of people use this that are older if they're trying to build muscle and they can't quite lift a ton of weight yet. So we typically are doing 30% of your 1 rep max when we're moving with this rep scheme. Or you just do these simple movements and then start adding progressions as you get better and better, right? You can also do total knee extensions with these, where you put a band on, slide your knee behind, and do some knee extensions. The options are endless, right? Any kind of movement you want to do, but follow a rep scheme, 30, 15, 15, 15. Or if you're not really interested in that, you could just leave it on for like 2 minutes, do some movement, take it off, all right? So that is what we're gonna do. I recommend doing the 30, 15, 15, 15. Then we're gonna unwrap it. And try to, it doesn't have to be perfect, but kind of wind it up again, because now we're going to go above our patella. So I've got it like so. All right, now I'm going to start right above my patella, 50% compression, 50% overlap. I'm going to go touch the top of it like that, and then I'm going to come back and start wrapping up my leg. And we usually start from bottom up just to help with venous return, blood flow back to our heart. Right, so now I'm gonna wrap it, I'm gonna tuck it in, and then I'm gonna do the same thing, 30, 15, 15, 15. If you're feeling pretty strong, you could put your leg up on a chair and you could do some Bulgarian split squats, right? You could do single leg squats if you're feeling pretty feisty. Those total knee extensions I was telling you about is where you put your leg in through a band, and then you get some tension on it. You walk out like so, and then you're just extending your knee. You want to make sure you're not moving your hips when you're doing this one. All the movements just coming from straightening your knee, right? So say it was on my right leg, and I had the flossing band on it. It just looks just like this, right? My heel's coming up, and then I extend my knee. But again, you could walk, you could sit on a bike. Exercises, options are endless. But try this out, and I'm telling you, you are going to notice that your knee just extends and flexes so much better. So this is our video to use a flossing band if you're trying to improve sliding surfaces in the knee. Hope it helps. We'll see you on the next one.